Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Rob Cupello, one of the partners at Czek Creative, and I'm joined by Michael Andrews, the Executive Director of the newly-ish formed Central Interior Business Accelerator. I say newly-ish because you just changed names.
That's it. That's right. We do it. We rebranded. Sometimes you need to do a little refresh or an update after over a decade, right, Rob? So, uh, yeah,
So you're known formally as the Camels Innovation Center, I guess would be the right term. So maybe I'd
Kamloops.
love
Yeah,
to
Cam. That's right.
maybe just chat a little bit about why the change, like why we've
Sure,
gone to
sure.
sort of the new name.
Absolutely. So we were known as the Kamloops Innovation Center, which was a place
Yeah,
in Kamloops, and then for about the last 18 months or so, we've been really focusing on losing the word center because we no longer were located at that particular spot. And so we were going by Kamloops Innovation, which was kind of an interim brand that we've worked
right.
with the understanding that we were looking at expanding our mandate beyond Kamloops.
Right.
So we're looking to support businesses and organizations from Hope to Williams Lake. And so we felt that a new brand, a new name would make it a lot more inclusive of that mandate. So that's we went through a process of engaging a lot of people across the region to land on that brand. So here we are today.
Love it. And it's funny because our offices are in the old Kamloops Innovation Center in Kamloops. So there you go.
Yeah, and there's still and there's other colleagues and business partners of ours that are located in that space. It's being
Yeah.
run by another one of our colleagues, and it's great. It still provides some value for people like yourself and other businesses. So yeah,
So, Michael, for people that maybe are not familiar what the Central Tier Business Accelerator does, and then we'll jump into talk about obviously what we're here to talk about, the workshops that are coming up. But maybe how do you guys support businesses? What areas do you work and support businesses in?
I think that's a good question because that'll help lead into some. I'm hoping some of the conversation we're going to have. The key thing for us is meeting businesses where they are, whether they're a person who's just trying to start a business or they're an existing business that's looking to scale up, look at new markets, integrate new technology. I think we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
and do it in a way that helps them move forward. So the notion of an accelerator is about being able to move your business forward at a pace that's faster, more robust than it would be on your own.
Mm.
And so the level of the opportunity for success is far greater. And so that is essentially the role we play in the business ecosystem is to support that movement forward, that scaling up, that growth. Or if you're just starting up, how to understanding all of the pieces and the steps and all the things you got to do to
Right.
be successful, right?
Interesting. And I mean, you and I have talked about this too, like the in the past about the support that you guys can bring, the talent you have on your team to help businesses. You can't find it. Like it's this. I think there's probably maybe I'll speak for you. There might be frustration. People like saying that tap into this. Like as business owners that are listening to this today, tap into this because the talent that you have there is hard to get yourself. Period.
Yeah, we often find with our clients after they've worked with us for a bit, they're like, "Why isn't everybody working with you? How
Mhm.
is it that this is possible, right?"
Mhm.
And so good that tells us we're doing something right. But it's
Correct.
really about creating programs that work for that business, that move them forward at a pace that's workable for them, that's manageable, and we're doing it on that in that one-on-one mentorship space,
Right.
right? It's not, I know we're going to talk about workshops, but there's another piece to that we're going to talk about too, and the benefit that you can derive from that.
Love it. So let's jump into we're launching a workshop series. So I'm excited to be teaching the first three. So a big thank you to you and your team for allowing me the opportunity to do this. I'm excited to do
Oh,
this. And
thanks for agreeing, Rob. We really
oh, I love it.
appreciate having you on the team.
We're excited about doing it. So we're launching a three a part workshop series. We hope to have 3 more in the fall, but we're going to start with the first 3 and really focusing around the big word that everyone, or the 2 letters everyone's listening, hearing about now is AI, right? So artificial intelligence and how it could help businesses. And I have a passion of teaching local businesses in community how to use these tools to be more efficient or more effective, or whatever it be. You want to buy back time, you want to be more efficient, you want to drive bottom line, whatever it may be, you could use these
Exactly.
tools. So, and these are more, the idea is like, we're going to be hands-on. Like, this isn't theory. This isn't like, you're not going to like
Exactly.
big picture. The focus around what you want is a real focus around, you're going to walk away with practical applications that you can use.
That's it, and 100%. That is where we want to differentiate these workshops from the notion of other workshops that folks could say, well, there's all kinds of AI workshops. Absolutely, there are. I've done tons of them. Rob, I've done many of them. You have a
Yeah.
whole series that people can
Yeah.
subscribe to, and those are great.
Yeah.
They're part of the learning regime, right? How many Seth Godin's blog today, right, is
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Too busy to learn. We are all guilty of being too busy to learn.
Yeah.
And so what we're asking people is to subscribe to this series, come out for an hour, hour and a half, have lunch, bring your laptop, be prepared to go through the steps with you, and actually have an understanding of how that works. That's not the same as you just sitting there with your hands folded, watching you talk at and put up a bunch of slides.
Yeah.
That's not what these workshops are intended to be. That there is a value added component. That's only one of the value added components of this entire project that we're running.
Yeah, so maybe let's talk about the 3 series we're doing, and then yeah, we'll jump in a little bit more sort of the next side if people are like, well, then what? So the first one's next Wednesday, April 23rd. They're all hosted at the Henry Grube Education Center, which is really cool that we're in an education center that we're teaching this.
Right?
Love it, love it. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. And the first one will be around AI for content creation, really using these tools to blog writing, content calendars. They can audit your website, social media posts, like, but bring your laptop because we'll put your website into these tools and you'll be walking away hopefully with a content calendar built for yourself by the end of it.
Well, exactly, and that's what I'm thinking. The people should have at the end of this workshop is they
Yeah.
will have their contact calendar will have been
Yeah.
created, and they'll also know how to have done it. So if they ever want to do any tweaks or do any changes, easily accomplished because they've already done it.
Yeah, awesome. And then we'll move into the next 2, May 18th and June 18th. May 18th, we'll be focusing on we're gonna build GPTs together. So we're gonna build your custom
Isn't that
GPT.
great?
Super cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be exciting. And then we'll end sort of the 3-part on workflows. So it's a nice way to tie together where there are going to be AI powered workflows, and there's lots of Zapier and Make.com and all that. Don't worry about the term today. We'll show
No,
you how to build those
they
automations for you too.
and once you actually engage with those platforms with a little bit of help along the way, it's remarkably easy.
Yeah,
Right. It seems overwhelming, but when you go through these things step by step, is what you're going to be doing with
yeah,
the participants for these workshops. They're going to understand that actually, yeah, I can do this,
yeah.
and if I do it a couple of times, it's really not going to take me that long, and it's going to add value to my business.
Yeah. And Michael, I'm curious, like, because we've kind of, this is like a second iteration of sort of the topics we wanted to cover, because you guys get feedback. I mean, you're out talking to businesses, and you heard like the loud and clear is they don't want just theory. They want to, like, how do we use these tools day to day in our business? Like, is that what you guys are hearing in the market?
Exactly what we're hearing, and we're also hearing um, that it's we again when I talked about meeting people
Yeah.
where they are, we're meeting people who are afraid of the
Mm-hmm.
technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fear of AI is real, or some thinking around um, that is it really going to add value to my business? Is it something I really need to understand? And I think about the idea of not using the internet for your business. It sounds a bit silly, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but yeah. Yeah.
In a very short period of time, businesses are going to be in that same place where if they haven't engaged with the technology and started to learn it the same way we all learned how to navigate the internet,
Hmm.
and it kept changing too, maybe not at the same pace, but it becomes part of the tools and the technologies that we use to create value and to grow our businesses and to be more efficient and to, quite frankly, be profitable.
It's interesting. Yesterday, I was at an event yesterday and talking afterwards, just kind of the networking part, and someone asked me if I thought that AI was just a bubble that was going to burst. And I'm like, do you know that there's a billion, would it be $1 billion a day being invested into these technologies?
Yeah,
It's
it
not going
is
anywhere.
staggering. It's
Yeah.
staggering. And I think, actually, Rob, before we go any further, I think we
Yeah.
should give a shout out to our project funders, the
Yeah.
ones that are making this project possible. So the Discovery
Awesome.
Foundation, this is their project. We're an agent delivering the project. So it's the Discovery Foundation's AI Skills Accelerator. And I think it's perfectly named because
Hmm.
what we are aiming to do is increase people's skill
Yeah.
in terms of using the technology to benefit them.
Yeah. I love it. Well, yeah, and we can't do this without funders like that. So big,
We
big shout
cannot do it.
for
Yeah,
them. So I'm curious, Michael. Like a lot of people, like people will be coming to these events, and we hope that we get people that are engaged in coming, and when they walk away, they still might need support, right?
that's right.
And I think there's an area, and I know Peter on your team is amazing, and I'd love to chat a little bit about that because it's an area that again that I would like people need to tap into this because it's a talent that you just can't get anywhere. So can we chat a little bit about, hey, when you come to these, you need
Absolutely.
a little bit of support, how you can kind of help businesses afterwards as well.
So we talked a few minutes ago about kind of the core value that we provide businesses around accelerating their businesses
Yeah.
forward, right? That one-on-one mentorship to actually create value, to build something, and move the business forward. Well, the same thing applies to integrating new technologies. It's all part of the larger ecosystem of any business. So when we designed the program, we realized we needed to bring that into it as well. So the workshops are a piece of the learning, right there's an opportunity also for businesses to engage with one-on-one AI expert. We are looking at engagements of a minimum of 4 hours because, quite frankly, if you're going to get anything out of it, if you're going to start here and actually have something built,
Right.
something different, something impactful, you need to have it at least 4 hours, typically more, but at
Yeah.
least 4 hours to accomplish that. Everybody's a bit different, right? So Peter is our AI expert, and he will sit down with the business. He will figure out what it is they need. What's the pain point? What are you trying to solve here, right? And then put a plan in place to actually build the solution. And some of those solutions might be some of the things we're going to cover in our workshops, or it might be at a level that's much more
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have to try to figure it out on your own.
No.
You're gonna have somebody that's going to be sitting beside you, working you through that process. And our requirement really essentially is that business can point to something when they're done with that engagement, say, I didn't have that before, and now I do. So that's a really critical component of this project.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of fear you mentioned around AI. We hear that all the time, and I think like the great thing is that without another knowledge, we can hold your hands through this. Like we really can. And I think this is last year. I was at one of the. I think only made one of the workshops last year, and it was Peter was speaking at it, which is awesome. So that's more of the use cases of AI, and now we're going to talk about more of the tools. But then now Peter can also help you implement these tools. And I know there's success stories. Like there's businesses in Kamloops that Peter's worked with that literally has changed their business completely, like
Or
using.
even kept them, in business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
so they attribute this project, the iteration we had last year, again, supported by the Discovery Foundation,
yeah,
the fact that they came out to the first workshop with shout out to Rochelle Grayson,
yeah,
fabulous facilitator and friend, and from there they got connected with Peter and they turned their business around in a very significant way. And they are building AI tools for the marketplace that they work in,
Mm.
and have become very successful.
It's awesome, and we're hoping the business we're talking about. We're hoping to have her as a guest speaker at an event I'm doing in
That's
May,
right.
so a virtual event. So we're hoping that she'll be speaking at it because it's an amazing story. It's truly the power of what your team did and someone that's actually willing to look at how these tools can help their business, right? So,
Yeah,
but I don't
100%.
want to say anymore because she can tell her story because it's a really neat story.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
funny you mentioned Rochelle. Rochelle's speaking next Friday at a virtual event that I'm hosting as well. So she's amazing. So really enjoy connecting with Rochelle. Just so much energy and so much knowledge, which is awesome. So, but these are the type of people that you can start get connected with, and that's what we're saying. Come out to these sessions. You're going to walk away learning. You're going to get lunch.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna
get
meet some
lunch.
people.
You're gonna connect with maybe some. You're gonna get a chance to network and connect with people you maybe have not connected before. And who knows where in business that's a really important aspect, right?
Yeah, and the $25, I
Ah,
believe, to register. That's all it is, and it
yeah,
includes lunch.
yeah,
And we encourage you to register for all three if you can. We'll put the link in the notes in the article as well. That you can go to Eventbrite. You just go to Eventbrite and you can register there. It's the easiest way to do it, and
yeah.
all the workshops are there for you to. You can go ahead and register for.
Yeah,
So
and it's right. And we've noted all three in this series. And as you alluded to, there's six in total. That
yeah,
there'll be another series in the fall that you and I will be listening to the business communities and some of the feedback that we get in this series, and we'll put together again a really uh, useful operational series of workshops for the fall that again will help businesses understand how to walk away and use some new tools that they didn't have before.
love it. Anything we didn't cover, Michael, that we should cover? Anything we might
Oh,
have
I,
missed?
oh, I think we covered all of it and maybe a bit more actually, Rob.
So next Wednesday, first one, April 23rd. Well, I guess we should say the times, 11:30 to 1 is
Yeah,
the time. So we'll try to get everyone out by 1. Everyone's busy. It's about the workshop itself is about an hour-ish and a little bit longer. We're always there, happy to hang out and answer questions and so
that's
forth
right.
as well. I'm happy to, and there'll be other people around the room to help. Go to Eventbrite, register. Hope to see you guys there. For again, the first one's AI for content creation, so you'll be able to, build your content calendar, your social media calendar, learn how to write blog posts and using these tools. So the only probably prerequisite I said is have ChatGPT or something on your computer,
Yeah,
and if not, we'll help
we
you.
do, yes. Yeah, and it doesn't take long to set up an account. It's
No,
pretty easy, but
yeah,
I would like, yeah, but if you could have that set up in advance, and if you have a laptop, please bring your laptop. It's the easiest way. You can do it on your phone too, but it is obviously easier, but whatever works for you. I know I do both.
I agree. Awesome. Well, Michael, thanks for joining me today. It's good chatting. Hopefully, we get the word out and people register, and we'll see everyone next Wednesday at the Henya Grube
Looking
Education.
forward, looking forward to it, Rob. I know I'm going to be learning some new tools and techniques, and I look forward to it.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Michael. Take care. And everyone,
All
if
right.
you're interested, just go to Eventbrite to register. We'll talk to you. Hopefully, see you next week. Take care.